my skin so gorgeous. We thank the life gorgeous. Thank the life gorgeous. I love the life gorgeous. Its torso is so tight. The exhale of inner peace and contentment. My name is Craigers, Mr. Kilborn. This is The Life Gorgeous. This is where I share my magical life in hopes of improving your life. And we've got fan questions today as we recover from what I'm calling a wonderful, successful Timberwolves season. As many of you know, I'm a big basketball fan. In second grade, my father put up a hoop in our driveway in Hastings, Minnesota. My father wanted my brother and I to play baseball. We took to basketball. And in second grade, my father showed me how to shoot a layup off the left leg, right knee up, right hand off the board. And the game came easily to me. I should tell you that I was tall and slender, still am, but I was very coordinated as a basketball player. I can't play golf. I'm too stiff, bad back, hamstrings are tight. But for some reason on the court, like Larry Bird, who is coordinated, that's why he could shoot threes at 6'9" and make passes and shoot with his left hand, very coordinated. So I took to basketball, and there's an old saying, you may get married to a woman, but basketball will always be your first love. So I fell in love with basketball, specifically the NBA. My first favorite team were the Knicks. My dad was from New York, Walt Clyde Frazier. We didn't have an NBA team until 1989. So early 70s, I was a Knicks fan. Then I discovered Dr. J and was obsessed with Julius Winfield Irving. So I love the NBA, and I'm proud of our Timberwolves. We are now regularly a playoff team. And once again, somehow, some way, we got to the Western Conference Finals. Very satisfying beating the Lakers, who concerned me, and then beating the Warriors, albeit without Steph Curry. But proud of the Wolves. Curious to see what, if any, off-season moves take place. We'll be watching that. And there's the draft. So The Life Gorgeous rolls on during the summer. Some of my comedian friends will be on, and some other people. Some people I haven't had on before. That'll be fun. Today is fan questions. First one, Craigers. Why the personal attacks from others on Karl Anthony Towns? Well, I have a couple theories on that. When you're a sports fan, it's enjoyable and satisfying to root against a team or players that you don't like. It's entertainment. It's okay. I remember when I was in college at Montana State, we had, I think, 12 guys on the team. Maybe it was 15. And most of them were Laker fans or Celtic fans. Two of us, Phil Lair, power forward, and myself, we were fans of Dr. J. So I would ask the Laker fans or the Celtic fans, who's the biggest whiner in the NBA? And people were pretty passionate with their answers. And the Laker fans would say, Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale. And then the Celtic fans would say, Kareem and Magic. They're whiners. They complain all the time. And it's entertaining how we see things. So it's okay to dislike players. I don't like Draymond Green. I think he has problems. And he had to take a leave of absence last year. He chokes Rudy. He punches out his teammate in practice, Jordan Poole. He's got issues. He's loud when he talks. He's got issues. But I don't think I go overboard. I don't talk about it that much. people go overboard, that's on them. And I do have a friend named Hank who doesn't mind me saying this. He gets a kick out of it. He likes to say that Paul McCartney is the fourth most talented Beatle because he doesn't like Paul McCartney. And my friends who know the Beatles well say that's more of a reflection on Hank, or that says more about Hank than Paul McCartney. Because those who know the Beatles know, as a great songwriter, he was a great musician. And he had to, somebody told me once he had to redo the guitar for George Harrison on the White Album. Don't know if that's true. That's just a line that I heard. But it says more about my friend Hank. So here's something Ryan Russillo said recently, and I like this about Karl Anthony Towns. He was on the pod with Bill Simmons and another gentleman, and Ryan got a laugh. He goes, I just don't like watching Karl Anthony Towns play. I just don't like watching him play. Then he said, but that's on me because the production is there. The production is there. He played better than I thought he would in the playoffs this year, and I don't think the Knicks use him well. Defensively, he had a bad knee. He's not a great defensive player. He plays defense in spurts, in my opinion. Interestingly, he averages more blocks per game than like the Joker, career-wise, in the regular season, 1.7. But not in the playoffs. And I don't know what it is. Maybe he's slow with his feet, doesn't think he can recover. He doesn't always show on the pick and roll. Shaq didn't do that against the Sacramento Kings and Mike Bibby in that famous series. And Phil Jackson was so frustrated, he told somebody, I don't know if it was Robert Ory or who he told. He said, would you tell him to get out and show on the pick and roll? And sometimes these big men, they don't want to get beat or get dunked on with an alley-oop, and they just don't do it. Now, Karl Anthony Towns rebounds like a madman, and that is part of defense, not giving them an offensive rebound. So I understand his personality bothers people and his silly fouling, but his offensive talent to me is so special that I like him. I liked Ricky Rubio. He didn't have a high field goal percentage, and all I care about is field goal percentage. And but Ricky passed well, didn't turn it over, and had a lot of steals. And I liked his passing. I like guys that can pass. So, anyways, I think it's a reflection on the person if they go overboard with Karl Anthony Towns. Next question. We get this a lot, and I'm glad that you guys like it. It is part of The Life Gorgeous. It's basically Mr. Kilborn. Thank you for that. Love to hear what you're watching. Always enjoy it. Okay. A lot of movies I've been watching lately. I'll have more free time now. I do rewatch movies, and I have that kind of down where you don't get tired of it and you appreciate it and you see things in the second and third viewing. Last night, I watched a movie for the first time, a new movie called Black Bag, Soderbergh, Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett. On IMDb, it's 6.8. And people sometimes, some of my friends say, oh, you're too into the ratings. No, they're pretty accurate for me, and I can disagree with them when I want to. But I don't do Rotten Tomatoes. I might do it later. A friend of mine said he does Rotten Tomatoes because IMDb, they have the Tarantino movies rated way too high because he's not heavily into Tarantino, except for, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I turned my friend on to Jackie Brown, which is probably my favorite Tarantino movie. So back to Black Bag, 6.8, which is below 7, which is kind of 7 and above. I was always upset that The Firm was 6.8. Now it's 6.9 on IMDb. But I think the 6.8 is accurate for Black Bag. It was solid, fairly stylish, interesting. So, yeah, you can watch that. Can't remember where I watched it on, which streamer. I rewatched the original Godfather. I'll be watching Godfather 2 shortly. I rewatched this one I haven't seen in a while. Goodfellas, Ray Liotta. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed that. I've seen it before. Johnny Roast Beef is in it. He's over here at Rayo's. Great guy. He's in the film. I like Scorsese. I like the voiceover. Keeps the things moving. Wanted to tell you a side note about acting. Ray Liotta was not a fan of Clint Eastwood, didn't like his acting. And I find this interesting because some guys have a presence like Clint, and I'm a big Clint fan. James Garner, Jim Rockford Files, James Garner was not a fan of Steve McQueen's acting. He said he's just a movie star. And Steve McQueen was cool. He would just, he didn't have to say too much, but he had a look and he had it down. And some of these guys are just charismatic. But I just find it interesting when people comment on that. Like, I'm a big James Spader fan, and I'm more impressed with him. He's not a movie star necessarily. He does television, but everyone knows how gifted he is. And I'm more impressed with him than other movie star actors who might be doing action. That's kind of easy, but even drama. I just think he's great. Accountant 2. Watch that. I have to rewatch it. It's okay. It's okay. Solid. I liked Accountant, the first one, more. It makes me think of Jack Reacher. So Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise, I've seen both of them multiple times, and I actually like both of them. People who read the book are thrown off because Jack Reacher's a tall, muscular guy, and Tom Cruise is not. He's short, but he's such a great actor. So I didn't read the book, so it doesn't bother me. I'm a Tom Cruise fan. So I do enjoy Jack Reacher 1 and 2. What do you guys think of David Mamet? I'm impressed with him. I like Glenn Ross. I rewatched The Spanish Prisoner recently. I watched for the first time House of Games. He did Write with Others, my favorite Paul Newman movie, The Verdict. So I enjoy The Spanish Prisoner. I liked House of Games. I've only seen that once. I've seen Spanish Prisoner twice. Good stuff. Good stuff. He also likes Ricky Jay, and you guys don't know Ricky Jay, but when I was a kid, Ricky Jay was a magician on Merv Griffin and Mike Douglas and other shows, and he uses Ricky Jay in his films. For the first time, I don't know if I mentioned this, I watched for the first time probably 2 months ago, The Bridges of Madison County. Had not seen that. Different side of Clint, and Meryl Streep's in it. Tremendous. Liked it. Different kind of movie. Liked it. Rewatched The Descendants. I'm an Alexander Payne fan. Thought it was solid. Thought it was good. I think everyone knows Sideways is my favorite Alexander Payne film, and it's not even close. I really like that. I've watched that numerous times. Love it. Love the chemistry. She's jamming. Hiya, Maya. Hiya. Really enjoy that film. I watched Nebraska once. I liked it. Holdovers I watched once. Pretty good. But Sideways is easily the best for me, for young Craigers. Watch the first half of The Aviator, which I've seen a number of times. I like old Hollywood stuff. I really like Cate Blanchett. You can say Blanchett. I say Cate Blanchett as Katharine Hepburn in The Aviator with Leo DiCaprio. Didn't finish it. Probably will finish it. I do that. It's like putting down a book. Oh, I like this. I'm going to think about what I just read, and I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. I almost said I was a deep thinker. That was a joke. I like to think reminds me of things, helps me write. I'm a writer. No, I'll be writing a book one day, as many of you know. It'll be good. Not in the mood to do it now. Well, Father's Day is coming up this week. Very exciting. As many of you know, I was very close with my father. He was very funny. It's where I got my sense of humor. There was a friend of mine who met my dad once, and he said, knowledge is his mistress, because my dad knew a lot about everything. He did crossword puzzles in the morning, and great guy. We always had fun on Father's Day. And sometimes on special occasions, we would get Omaha steaks. When it comes to Father's Day, some things never change, ladies and gentlemen. Dads want steak. A recent survey shows 75% of Americans agree there's no better way to spend Father's Day than grilling with the family. Shop omahasteaks.com and give Dad the legendary quality he deserves. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code GORGEOUS at checkout. Oh man, I just got a shipment in and we got everything. We got the hot dogs, we got the smash burgers, we got the traditional burgers, we got filet mignon, we got some chicken breast, and it's going to be one heck of a summer for young Craigers. Let me tell you something about Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by an unconditional 100% money back guarantee. Everybody loves the filet mignon. It's well deserved. But you got to try the all new smash burgers. They're built for the grill. They don't fall apart. You just flip them. Omaha Steaks has been America's original butcher since 1917, a family-owned company with over 100 years of experience in the meat industry. This Father's Day, give Dad the world's best steak experience with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for guaranteed perfect gifts that deliver legendary quality. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code GORGEOUS at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code GORGEOUS at checkout. See site for details. Next question. That was a lot of movies. I hope you enjoyed that. Lord Kilby, do you go out to eat every night? Absolutely not. There's a balance. You don't want to overdo it. Maybe once a week or once every 10 days. I like cooking at home, and I cook salmon. I cook chicken, usually kind of basic with fresh garlic, olive oil, onions, sometimes shallots, lemon, capers, sometimes artichoke hearts from the jar. Squeeze the fresh lemon on there. I'll make it with broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Sometimes I'll do a Greek salad, which is so simple. The feta cheese, tomato, red onion, cucumber, very simple. When I make my Omaha steaks, I like to make homemade mashed potatoes. Nothing more satisfying than steak and mashed potatoes. Steak and mashed potatoes. Speaking of Omaha steaks, how about that read today for Omaha Steaks? Solid. Some people comment that they really like my reads. I have a lot of Omaha Steaks in the freezer, and they also have chicken breast. They have salmon, because I space out my red meat. Speaking of going out, summertime, I tend to go out more, and we live a ways from Santa Monica, California, which is near the ocean, actually right on the ocean. I was thinking of Main Street, Santa Monica, and that's a block away or a couple blocks from the beach. And I actually used to live on Navy Street next to Davy Jones Liquor Locker way back when. And I worked at a restaurant called Papa Louie's, which was Italian. And now it's the Library Ale House. This is near the legendary Circle Bar, which is open from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I've been there, but not in, I don't know how many years, 30 years. So Papa Louie's was a gentleman from Buffalo, New York, who had an Italian restaurant. 23, 24. I had never had pesto sauce. I'm sorry. I didn't have pesto sauce. I had bratwurst and beer and sauerkraut. I had different I did have a lot of enchiladas as a kid because I like Swanson TV dinners, but I don't remember pesto sauce until I got to Papa Louie's. And manicotti, they had that on the side. It was good. So, speaking of Italian in Santa Monica, Princess Cherry and I went the other day for the first time, highly rated. It's this cool old building I used to walk by. It's rent control, is my understanding. And there was a restaurant at the street level, and there still is, but it's a different restaurant. And this one came along in 2001. So I lived in over there in Venice in the late 80s. And I looked the same. It looked pretty much the same. But anyway, the new restaurant is called Via Veneto, which is a famous street, an abbreviation for a famous street in Rome. Dean Martin sings a song, Via Veneto. And it's got these great chandeliers and this great lighting. And some prominent people go there, actors and stuff. I think it's underrated, but it has a good rating. But man, first time, so good. So when I go to Italian, I will do as an appetizer, rarely as an entree, eggplant parmesan, eggplant parm. Love it. Love it. Most people will fry it. You can just bake it, which is healthier, and put the red sauce on there. It was good. It was really good. Eggplant parm. Then they had a special, and I never get this, and I'm so glad I got it. It was a salmon tuna tartare with avocado in there and lemon juice. So good. And you can pass judgment on Kreger's, but when I go Italian, a lot of times I'll get the veal, the pounded veal, scallopini, whatever it's called. And they have different sauces. Marsala. What did I get? Salt and boca, which is supposed to be, I think, with sage, but it comes with prosciutto. And it was very good. I like capers and lemon on my veal. I like marsala, I like the mushrooms, and yeah, the wine by the glass was very good. So we were very pleased with Via Veneto, first time there. They put us in the window seat, and the people on the street see this visually arresting couple. They go, "We got to go in there. It looks like, man." Another place I went, I had never been in Santa Monica, Pas Joli, which is French and spelled Pasjoli. Tasting menu. I liked it. Fascinating. You ready for this? It had a Michelin star at one point. I think it opened in 2021. No, it opened before that, maybe 2019. They're doing a renovation. They're changing the interior design of it, maybe some new furniture. And I think they're painting the outside just to freshen it up a bit. And they're changing the menu. We didn't know. We were there for the last day of the original menu and restaurant. And they said, we're down here in Santa Monica. People want margaritas. We're going all French here. Like I had a French vodka for my martini. So they're making adjustments, but they're only closed for 2 weeks. So I'll go back, check it out. I might like the old style more, but that's okay. Apparently, it's all about the young people. And Craigers likes going out, but I do it in moderation, just like drinking in moderation. I feel better. Little wine. I used to say 1 martini a week. It's getting to be 1 martini every 2 weeks, and I love it. Vodka martini. I always ask if they have a Nick and Nora glass. I did that at Pas Jolie. I said, "Do you have a Nick and Nora glass?" Because they showed me the coupe, and I said, "Let me have it in the Nick and Nora. Less vodka, healthy." Proud of you. Thank you, guys. Craig's a mellow Craig today. I thought we covered a lot. Let me show you the summer cut. I've got the summer cut. There's the Conquistador, majestically standing in the background. We'll have some fun guests coming up. I got to run. Time to work out. It's a beautiful overcast Sunday in Los Angeles, California, the city of angels. We'll see you next time. And remember, young people, I'm proud of you.